Okay, here we have our LFT recover instrument. We can use this on metal types which have been exposed to extreme conditions, such as heat, as we have seen with our evidence. We fix the chamber in place, then we take the chemical, place inside the chamber, and then with our evidence fitted onto the evidence rack, we will lower it gently into the chamber. Next, on the software, we will move into the software controls. You can choose whether you are going to process copper-based or silver-coloured metals, whether you're using a small or a large chamber, and then the instrument is ready. So now we will put the lid onto the column, and using the lid control, we will bring it down on top of the chamber. Down on top of the chamber. We'll then press start. Now the instrument is ready to fume, so we simply press the go button. Okay, so we have our DCS 5 imaging system. I'm going to take some of our samples that we've just treated in Recover and analyse them for finger marks. First, we have the lighter, and what we're going to use is actually a mix of different techniques across our range of evidence. First, on the lighter, we're going to try and use the reflective UV process. So for many of you who are already aware of this process, and for others who don't, what we simply use is a special quartz lens. We use a special bandpass filter on the end of the lens, and then we use an filter on the end of the lens, and then we use an 82S crime light. Now what's really important about reflective UV is often the angle of light, and as we move around the evidence we can start to see a number of finger marks becoming illuminated. What we'll do is we'll quickly take a preview. And if we zoom in, we can start to see the presence of multiple finger marks across the surface. We change to grayscale. We can see some finger marks, including a partial print along the bottom, even containing some third level detail. So our next sample is a small brass type hinge, and this time what we're going to do is we're going to use coaxial illumination, and we use this on the DCS 5 for when you have shiny or reflective surfaces, so items like metal items. We can use coaxial illumination to actually remove the reflections and the glare and allow us to visualise the finger mark. So in this example we can actually see a finger mark visible. It is only a partial finger mark, but due to the size of the object this wouldn't be unexpected. We can zoom in and we can see clear ridge detail along the middle of the sample. Okay, so on the final sample we're going to show you, we have the brass lighting ring. What we're going to do with this is, because this is quite a difficult shaped object as well, we're going to use dark field illumination. Okay, so we have our dark field ring light. But one of the really nice things about the DCS is we use a modified camera. So we've modified it so we can allow infrared through. We use the dark field around the sides, so we're giving illumination from the sides. And we can start to see finger marks become invisible. So we're going to move the dark field up and down around where our finger mark is situated so we can get the best illumination. We can take a preview. We can take a preview. Then change to grayscale, and there is one of our finger marks. If we actually move the brass lighting around, so we'll go back into live view mode, we can actually see another fingerprint a bit further along, and we can even see the core in the centre of the finger mark here. We'll just adjust our light, take another preview, and there we have our second finger mark. Okay, so what we've done now is we've actually just reversed the light fitting, so we're now looking at the opposing side. Still using dark field illumination with infrared light from our FLS. We can very clearly see a lot of ridge detail now coming into focus. So we'll take a quick preview. So we'll take a quick preview. Before grayscaling, we can see our ridges here, along here. We then also go back into live mode and we rotate our fitting around to search for other finger marks. We can now very clearly see on the other side we have multiple fingerprints becoming visible. Take a preview. And then finally grayscale and invert, and here we have a finger mark here and a finger mark here, and a finger mark here.